Here with Coach Randy McFarlin after what we've been telling everybody last week was going to be the game of the week in East Texas. It may be the game of the year, Coach. 29-27 over Carthage, and it was fun to do. I don't know what it's like to coach a game like that, but it was a great game to broadcast.
It was fun to play in. We love playing people that caliber, that quality of program. Like I told the kids as we're entering the stadium there, on the back of their home side, there are three big old posters of the 3 consecutive state championships they've won. And I said, it's great to play people like that because it kind of gauges where you're at, you know. And even though it's 3A, they're the best in the state in Class 3A. They were a great football team, and we're a good football team, so it was quite a night.
It was an outstanding night. Let's talk a little bit about, first of all, the special teams. I mean, so many times you hear coaches say what happens in the kicking game could determine the outcome of a ball game, and that certainly was the situation there the other night.
Oh, definitely was. I mean, even from the time they ran a little fake on a 2-point conversion to our field goals, that's always a tough decision to make that call. Do I go for it on 4th down, kick the field goal? Luckily, we made the right choice because that was the margin of victory. The kid receiving the kickoffs from them almost messed up earlier, and then actually picked the ball up in the field of play, steps in the end zone. There's the safety. That was a margin of victory. You know, just a lot of little things. And then the botched extra point, you know, that's happened before in professional games. But every point is critical in games like that, and that's why it's good to play in a game like that because it shows your weaknesses, you know, all over. You can beat people like a Marshall and feel good about it, but this one challenges you, and then we can come back, this is where we need to improve.
What are some areas after you see a ball game like this? Obviously, you put some points up. You had 2 touchdown lead 2 or 3 times in the ball game, and your passing game was excellent again. I loved what you did trying to roll your quarterback and keep him away from Golden because Golden's a beast.
Yeah, exactly. Our offensive coach did a great job on designing that. The little rollout avoided the pressure. Plus, they put on a little run play that's off of the rollout, which was basically the difference in the ball game there. But, yeah, when you get big pressure up the middle, a little sprint out pass helps you avoid the rush. Great game planning there from our offensive staff. Just good offensive plan. You know, if you say, all right, what do we need to improve offensively? Turnovers, penalties. Turnovers kept Carthage in the ball game. You know, throwing the ball back across the middle on the goal line, we got a pick. We got another pick and a fumble. So those are areas we've got to say, okay, bad play, let's take the down, but let's regroup, go back on 2nd down.
And, you know, as far as the defense was concerned, you held those guys to under 70 yards rushing. And I told people the other night on the air, I said, you're going to look at the score and see 27 points up, but White House played a terrific defensive game the whole night.
Oh, very proud of our defense. That was also a difference in the ball game, our ability to stop the run game. They were a run team first, and their big offensive line, we felt like they were going to come in and try to just power it at us, and they could not do that. Attribute that to our front 7. They played great up front. Very pleased in that area. Then when they started throwing the ball, yeah, they exposed some weaknesses back there in a couple of coverages, but we need to see that at this point so we can make those adjustments, corrections, and be as strong in the run game and improve on the coverage part.
Now, when you get an off week like this now, what are you going to do in this off week? I know obviously cleaning up those issues that you just talked about, but how do you keep your team focused, or do you back off a little bit and let them kind of get some emotional rest too?
We back off and number one, get a little emotional rest, both for our kids and our coaches. It's a good time for a break. It's the end of our grading period, or all of our 6-week tests this week. We go back and we work on fundamentals. We're going to give the kids basically off today on a Monday, go to tutorials, no workout after school. Then we come back Tuesday and start our work again. Go back and start like it's 2-a-days. Go back, stress the fundamentals, not necessarily game plan of Lindale yet, but the base offense, defensive things we have to execute. We do back off some, give them a little breathing room. It's great to get a little mental rest, but we do keep working. We don't want to lose any conditioning. We will take the weekend off next weekend, once again with the kids, and come back Monday in a regular week's preparation. Do not feel we'll lose a thing. I think we'll even improve from it. It allows some of our little nicks and bruises to heal up also, to get our kids back healthy and 100%.
And that's one thing too. You know, a lot of times you got to be lucky and good. And you guys have been really lucky with injuries so far, haven't you?
Oh yes, over the 10-week regular season, injuries are big time in high school football and any college level, professional level. We've been very fortunate in that area. We have our share of little nicks and bangs that kids have worked through it and kept playing. We've had kids miss games before, like everyone else. That's part of the game. But our depth has allowed us to not notice those kids being out. And I mean, Friday night we've been rotating 4 kids at defensive end. 2 kids played the whole night due to sickness and injury on a couple other kids. So our depth has helped us in that area. But yeah, we do need some recovery time.
5-0 now going into district play. You thought it might go that way. I wasn't so sure looking at that schedule. It looked like it was going to be a beast when it started, and you obviously know what you're talking about.
Well, I knew what our kids were capable of doing, and they had to respond and do that. And it takes a little luck to be at this point also 5-0. We beat some great football teams. Sulphur Springs, you go back to that game, a fumble here or there, and it's a different ball game. Carthage, and could have gone either way. Hallsville has won since the loss to us. We're off to a great start. Just our kids are doing a tremendous job of executing what we asked them to do and finding a way to win the ball game.
Yeah, and so their confidence has to be sky high after that Friday night win.
Oh, it's great to be 5-0 with an open week going to district play, but then we can't get comfortable. I mean, it doesn't let up. Jacksonville also beat Carthage. Lindale's got a good group of kids. They've had a bunch of injuries Friday night and lost to Pine Tree, but like 10 starters are out. Lindale, Jacksonville, Corsicana, NAC has been struggling, but they're getting better. It's one game at a time, 1 week at a time from here on out. So right now our focus is turning toward the Lindale ball game.
Well, Coach, it's been great first 5 games, and I know you're looking forward to a bit of a break. We, again, appreciate everything. Congratulations, and we will definitely be talking to you next week when we get ready for Lindale.
Thanks. I know a lot of people have been listening to the games and doing a great job. It's great to have an exciting Friday evening to be on the radio. So thank you guys very much.
It's fun doing winners, I'll tell you.
You bet. Fun for everyone.
Thanks a lot. Coach Randy McFarlin from White House on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live on 99.3 Talk FM.